Aloha everyone, I'm Susan Nudowitz with letsfeelexcellent.com or the YouTube channel by the same name. Welcome to Hawaii on this socked in day. We haven't had that much rain, but full on clouds, and we got a bit of fog out there in the desert, which means it is raining on the island, probably all over the place. We don't care, we love it. It was a gorgeous blue sparkly day yesterday, so it's all good. It's wonderful. So my hair's a little wild, probably not the best day to do the hair blog, but I kind of like it wild, so that's okay. And I do color my hair for the fun of it, and so I want to share with you what I use, because people ask me all the time, well, what are some natural alternatives to things? It's easy to just the bigger advertisers like Miss Clairol, and even when we're talking about food, the food advertisers are so big, so everything in the stores in your face and all the advertising's in your face, and you might tend to think, well, what are the alternatives? There aren't any. If I want to color my hair, I have to use chemicals. Well, that's partially true, but you don't have to use heavy chemicals. And what I use is this. It's the Herbattent one, and I don't sell this stuff. I don't get anything from it. But the reason I like this one is it does a really good job. So even if I'm going to have my hair professionally done, I bring my box, or sometimes we get creative with colors. I bring my boxes of this product, and we use that. And the reason I do is because I found it's the best alternative. When I started doing this, it wasn't for gray, I was just for fun, and I started using henna because henna is a plant and it's totally natural. But the thing is, like, henna is like mud. It's like putting mud on your head, and then it tangles your hair. It's so hard to get it coverage and actually get it down to the roots and get it on there. Then it doesn't really cover gray. So if you want to cover gray, you can't really do that with henna. And then after a few weeks, it starts flaking off because it's like this mud, right? Even though it's all gonna flake off when it's dry anyway, but it starts doing this flake off thing. So you have these dark flakes coming off, so the hair color actually comes off. I found that to be true with a brand called Herbattent as well. That would flake off, even though I don't know if it has henna or not in it. And then the Herbattent, I found that it wasn't true to the colors that it said it would be on the box. So I don't know, maybe it is more of a henna thing. Now this one does have peroxide in it, but hydrogen peroxide is not necessarily the worst chemical to be putting on your head, and some people don't even put it down to their scalp if you're really, really concerned about it. Our pancreas is supposed to make peroxide for our bodies, so that's not necessarily the worst thing that you could do. There's a lot more worse things you could do, like ammonia, and this one doesn't have any ammonia. It has no ammonia, no resorcinol, whatever that dangerous chemical is, and no parabens. So those are chemicals that are frequently found in health and beauty aids, but they're found a lot of times in hair color. So even if your product says that it's natural, you want to make sure it doesn't have those kinds of things. So there are other colors on the market that are promoting themselves as natural, but they have fragrances, and inside the fragrances they hide parabens. So those are all chemicals. They have those other two that we talked about, and they also have other things. So one brand is called Surya Henna Color, and Surya. So that brand, I found that it didn't have ammonia per se, but it has another chemical that may even be more dangerous than ammonia, and it has that in it as a chemical, but it's this name that nobody else recognizes. The same thing with peroxide and all these other chemicals. It has that in that color. So that one I would steer away from. It may have chemicals that are actually more harmful than what's in your Miss Clairol or the other ones as well. So I hope this little blog has helped you. If you're like me and you like to have fun with hair color, if it has, please give me a thumbs up and share it with anybody that you think would like it. Subscribe, and I will let you know when I'm coming out with more blogs, which is pretty much every week. And so I want to empower you with the knowledge of good health, and I want your life to be easy and excellent. So with that, I'm Susan Nudowitz with letsfeelexcellent.com, wishing you an excellent day. Aloha.